Ooh, there we go. We up and running? We are. Hello, folks. Welcome to Elden Ring. This is going to be a weird one. It's going to be a very, very weird one because I haven't played Elden Ring since launch. In which I did my fair share of playthroughs of this game. You know, I went through my stuff. I did my bit with it. Um, I think I did about 4 runs in total. So coming back to this now is gonna be weird. To throw out what I thought my general thoughts were. Um, sure, why not? To throw out like what my general thoughts were about Elden Ring upon launch and the playthroughs that I did back then. Mixed, to say the least. Very mixed. I there's a lot to love and adore about this game. There's also a lot to really scratch your head over. Why did they do certain things? And we're going to get into all of that, I'm sure. This is going to be interesting because in terms of narrative, yeah, got nothing. But how? Okay. Um, that's not exactly true. Okay. So coming back to this, it's interesting that the opening is kind of a juxtaposition to Souls games, actually. it's focusing more on the NPCs than it is on the actual the bosses of the game, which I guess is one of the things. It's one of the reasons why like the narrative of this game is so goddamn convoluted. The Elden. Yep, Demon Souls. So one of the things that I'm most interested about when going through this, and I think I'm probably more interested about in regards to this than I am actual gameplay itself, because I have a pretty strong inkling how I'm gonna feel about the gameplay when we go through this already. But going back through this again after so long, I think my brain's gonna be like, okay, so narratively, what the fuck is going on? Because I'm not quite sure why we were chosen. I'm not quite sure why the people who were chosen as well. Why we have the ability to keep coming back to life. That's something else that I don't get. That's something that hasn't been explained yet. Something to do with grace, fine. But what to do with grace? Like, what? Why are there so many of these? But yeah, and then on top of all of that, like, just what's going on in the narrative of this game? Because one of the reasons why I stopped. So for those of you who don't know, on my YouTube channel, I actually started recording a playthrough of this game day one on launch. And the reason why I stopped recording and I just played it in my own time instead was just to try and get a few playthroughs in just to understand what the hell was going on. Because I never had this issue with Dark Souls 1. With Dark Souls 2, it was confusing. It didn't make sense in the end. I sort of got what they were trying to do, but that doesn't mean that it added up. And in Dark Souls 3, okay, I sort of get it once again. Makes substantially more sense than 2, but not as much sense as 1. 1 was incredibly straightforward with its narrative, right? You were this big old war happened to take on these dragons, and the result of it was the birth of the Age of Fire, which also made the kiln of the first flame appear. This fire that would allow people to basically have powers akin to that of gods. And then as time went on, the fire started to fade, so everyone started to panic, and Gwyn sacrificed himself to keep the fire going. As a result, it gave birth to the phenomenon of the dark sign, this undead curse that spread throughout the world of Lordran. So we played as someone who was afflicted by this curse, and as a result, we were thrown into the undead asylum, because what you can't kill, you bury essentially. You try to contain. So a bunch of these people got flung into the undead asylum, and then by the time we leave the undead asylum, we leave thanks to a knight called Oscar, who lets us out, and we are basically continuing on with the game because we're indebted to him. He says, "Can you ring the bells of awakening? That's the only way we can, we need to finish this pilgrimage off in order to do our bit to try and restore the world." And then as we do that, we get flung off to Londo. As a result, after talking to King Seeker, is it King Seeker Calf? No, that's Dark Seeker Calf. It's I can't remember what it is. King something Framped. That's it. He basically says, okay, you need to go through Sense Fortress, go to Londo, and talk to the there you will find what you'll need to do next. We go there, we talk to Guinevere. Guinevere says, hey, can you kill the four lords, bring their souls, and relight the first flame by putting Gwyn out of his misery. Basically, usurp Gwyn. And that's the narrative of Dark Souls. Everything has a reason behind it. Whereas in this game, let me just try to do this off of memory first. So, everything in the intro, there was no, it's gone. It's I think it's because like the information that we are given to start off with is so scattershot. It's like there's no focus. Um, I don't know why, and the touch of grace allows us to be brought back from the dead. I don't know why the people who have been brought back from the dead have been brought back from the dead. Um, I don't know why we're the only person of renown that isn't brought back. Although I don't know how true that is. Um, I I I don't understand why we go to the lands in between. The lands between. Like, what's in it for us? Hang on, I'm actually gonna very quickly. I'm gonna boost that audio up for you guys. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why. Um, we we go to the lands and we go to the lands between to do our job. Like, well, I don't know why it's our job. Like, why would we do that? What's in it for us? There's a fog wall. It's similar to Demon Souls. At least in Demon Souls, we are an adventurer trying to stop the fog walls from expanding, essentially. He's trying to stop these demons from bursting out of the fog wall and taking over the world. So there is a reason to do that in Demon Souls. Here, it feels like that there's this entire war going on in a country that's self-contained. And they have no way out of it. But we have a way in. And our goal is to become the Elden Lord. For some reason. We ain't killing this guy. I don't think I've actually done it yet. I mean, I've killed him, but I don't think I've done it during my first go. Yeah, nah, that's fine. But yeah, I think we're largely doing. Hang on once again, I'm gonna put my audio up now. I think we're largely doing what we're doing because we're asked to do it by um by the maiden, the first maiden that we meet, and I still don't get that either. It took me so long to find out what the Elden Ring actually was, and I think that's largely because it's not explained, or at least it's not explained upfront, which is a big issue. Like your namesake, the Dark Souls. We get it. We know what the Dark Souls. We know what the Dark Souls are. The Dark Souls of the yeah. We get it. And then even then, that's recontextualized in Dark Souls 3, and it makes sense there as well. Okay, so right, let me get this straight real quick. My understanding was that the Elden Ring, when I looked it up anyway, George R. R. Martin as well as Miyazaki sort of explained that the Elden Ring was the state of things, like the general order of things, within the lands between. That was the Elden Ring. That's what it was. It was how things flow, if you will. And when I got that, it's like, okay, that's cool. But they're still describing it in this game as if it's an object, or as if it's a thing that we're going after. My original sort of understanding what the Elden Ring was, I thought it was like, um, you know how we're going after the Golden Order. I thought that the wider term was the Elden Ring, the inner ring of sort of like royalty of the deities. Because that would have made sense. That would have made a lot of sense to me. Um, that's not the case, or at least I don't know. The game seems to have a different definition from what the developers have pointed out as. I should probably talk a little bit about how I feel, well, how I felt about this game and my general thoughts going throughout it as well. But I wasn't a fan of the tutorial. I think the idea that you can skip it's great, but it's very overt, up in your face, and um, it doesn't leave you alone. Even once you've moved past the tutorial, even when you've gone past all of this, you're constantly seeing these pop-ups in particular throughout the remainder of the game. Even if you discover like a new mechanical thing or something like that, you're receiving these kinds of pop-ups, and I hate it. I hate it so much because it pauses the game, it interrupts the pacing, and also it goes against what Dark Souls and Demon Souls did. Hell, even Dark Souls 2 managed to get this right. The idea was that the messages were left on the floor, developer messages, and you could read them if you wanted to, or you could completely bypass them. Whereas here it's like, yeah, so like little things like this. So it wasn't intrusive. It was there if you needed it. Just in the middle, just about to do an attack, and the game's just like, nah. I'm holding back. Like that's a shit enemy to start off with a parry, right? I'm gonna get it. I'm trying to remember what the first boss was that did something like this. Ah, screw it. Because there was a boss that sort of like brought forth the idea of like a delayed attack. And then every other boss in a Souls game after that just did that over and over and over again. Well, to be fair, Dark Souls 2 didn't do it much, but Dark Souls 3 loved doing that, and that was one of the main reasons why. Well, it was the cause of a lot of my deaths because it was very easy to misread attacks. Oh, Lordy Lou. Right. Still find that funny. That's never not gonna be funny. Oh my god. Okay. Now that would kill you with Dark Souls still, and it's still weird to me. And also, I'm hardwired into thinking that whenever I see this, it's going to be a golden seed nearby. Right. Where to first? Where to first? We'll progress along the main path. We'll just get that out of the way. Scenario site of praise up above. Oh, I didn't realize this as well. If you start off with the stone sword, you can just go straight and do this boss right now if you wanted to. Just these goddamn pop-ups going to be everywhere. I remember when I first when I was first talking about this game, um, I was saying how annoying I thought all the pop-ups were, and this game just it's got to keep doing it. It's got to keep throwing them in my face. Was there anything up there? Yep, still gorgeous, still absolutely beautiful. I think I said this as well when I initially streamed Elden Ring, but I'm gonna say it again. Like, there were people that generally said that this game looked like ugly when it came out. You sure about that? Like this is gorgeous. It's a lot of it's to do with art direction, and I would generally say it as well. I think that From Software successfully create a game world that I would be really intrigued to explore in peacetime. Or even just without all of the hostiles, for that matter. I think that would be pretty cool as well. And just so much of that's just down to how gorgeous this game is. Like, it's so inviting, which is weird for a From Software game. I'm gonna need to very quickly see if I can just. Okay, so it can be turned off. Well, right, we'll keep it on for the time being because it's been a little bit. But yeah, then afterwards we're gonna have some words. My God. Oh, so I think you just stopped talking there. That's great. So I think the way that I'm gonna take this in terms of a playthrough for Twitch is we're gonna be chill. You know, I'm doing Bloodborne on YouTube at the moment, so I'm bouncing back and forth between the two. And they're both games that I've played and beaten before. Um, Elden Ring a lot more recently. In fact, one of the reasons why it's so hard for me to actually get into the mindset of talking about Dark Souls, going into Dark Souls 3 when I was streaming that, and just generally thinking about Dark Souls and Bloodborne and the likes of that was because I spent so much of my time in terms of the From Software games this year in particular, um, basically just going through Elden Ring. I think I did about 4 playthroughs in total with a singular character, which is a bit bad. Um, because at the time everything was insane. I don't know if they've nerfed it yet. I don't know how patched this game has now become. Because it was not balanced. I can tell you that much. When I played it last, um, you could get overpowered way easy in this. A lot of people playing Elden Ring for the first time go, "Oh my god, this is such a hard game," and people go, "Oh, I feel like such a badass because I've gotten through the majority of Elden Ring and look at this, I barely died." It's like, I mean, it's really accessible. That's largely why. I think in the ways that this game is accessible is sort of like where I draw my line a little bit though. The open world, for example, hey, it's cool that an open world exists. It's barren though. I'm familiar with Grace. I'm not. It, right. This is exactly what I mean about the narrative of this plot. It's like Amazon Lord of the Rings writing. It's whimsical, right? It's filled with like someone broke out the thesaurus for this game essentially, and tried to make it as flowery as possible, and it's for the layman to play this game and sit down afterwards and go, ah yes, that was very deep and interesting. Was it really? Like, break down what was actually being said there. Were we actually given any information? And no, I don't know. Yeah. Um, a lot of it has to do with this goddamn tree as well. So Grace comes from the tree. Where did the tree come from? See, that should be like your natural progression of thought, right? And I'm sure that gets answered somewhere. Okay. You got anything else? Yep. So God, it's so weird coming back to this because now my brain's like, oh, ready for another tutorial pop up. There you go. I even I think that, like, for a first time the tutorial is a bit overkill. Once again, developer message right here. That's all you have to do. Ooh, can change colour for a second then. But yeah, coming back to this is really weird because my brain's like, okay, we need to head to Castle Stormvale, but then we just need to make a 180 and then go all the way back here the second we've got a torrent. I'm not gonna fight the tree sentinel yet. I've got standards. But yeah, this is a very what's the word for it? Flashy game. That's the word for it. It's up, it's in your face, it's throwing fireworks everywhere, it's got firecrackers, it's going nuts with everything, it's going, oh look at me, look at me, look at me. Um and in turn forgot about I forgot about you. Hi Kyle. Don't you have something that I really I can't remember what it was. I remember for some reason that like some of the merchants had some really cool stuff. Note imparting knowledge in brief. The flask of the wood. Yeah, we know what that is. Is it? Oh, wait. Were these a thing before? I don't know if these were a thing before. Like they what's our 600? Yeah, I mean if you could point it out. Um, will it like put it on the map? Zora remains in the third church. That's awesome. I don't think that was in the base game. You needed more stuff like that. You genuinely needed more stuff like this because I don't remember the notes being there at all. I remember the cookbooks. Um, yeah, no, this game needed so much more stuff like that. Is she gonna come yet? Not yet. We need to get to the next one. Yeah, just give players a reason to explore. Um, I think one of the things about real and then additional items required. What do you need? Oh, you need two sifting stones. Okay. I think one of the things about so when I say that this world is barren, what I mean by that is there's a lot of flat plain. Um, there are like biomes, we'll call them, but they amount to pretty much just lots of textures, like reused textures being used in that area, which is fine. That's absolutely fine. Don't get me wrong, but it kills the reason for exploring because there isn't really too much of a reason to do so. It like going into like caves and stuff like that. Um, I mean, besides from runes, you don't actually know if you're going to get something that will be beneficial to your class, especially to your build. And I seem to remember that being one of the annoying things about this game. Things seem substantially more stable though. I'll say that. This game was bugging out when I was playing it initially. So I'm all happy with how this is going. It's consistent at the moment. Although I don't know if that's going to be at the cost of something. I hope it isn't. Ah, well, that's fine. Forgot about those. I need to remember that we can jump a little further than we could do before. What's this? Try something. You know, like Nintendo sort of like Animal Crossing. Oh, Poppin's still here. That's gonna be bad. I did a thing where I managed to outrun the game, and absolutely just continuously like falling through the floor in this game was like a common thing. As long as the Poppin is in the distance, we'll get on just fine. But yeah, the Animal Crossing format of like, I know it sounds extremely weird, but like, um, what's the word for it? Like releasing content, I think would be great for this. Like adding new NPCs, like every now and again, stuff like that. Give the player something to gawk at, you know, a reason to come back to this game. Because I feel like that, I replayed this game in like quick succession immediately after I finished my first playthrough, and then afterwards when I did that, I sat down and thought I could do a sorcerer playthrough at this point. I think I did about, so that would have been my fifth playthrough. I didn't finish my fifth playthrough. Well, I started off as a sorcerer and then I just stopped. And that was when I called it. I was like, and I think a lot of that was just down to my investment to this world. Greetings. Well, you've just narrowed me down to about a dozen other people according to the opening. That's right, the intro. We will have a look very quickly. Oh, we can't. Oh, we can. Okay. Oh my god, what's she saying? Um, endurance probably. We'll do endurance. Oh no, okay, so we don't. I was gonna say, well, don't put the arrow. Okay, fine, fine, fine. Adios. Uh, wait, what button was it to call torrent again? Because I don't think that we needed it out, did we? There was a button for it. Oh, so we do need that. Okay. Um, how do I? Wasn't there a thing for it? Like you could use shortcuts? Yeah, like the way that these are sat down, or does that just mean that they're equipped? No, it doesn't. Um, um, it was definitely a thing for it. Hey, Torrent, buddy. Um, okay, I guess we'll just put up with that for now then. Um, right then. Which direction we're going in? I should probably say at this point, I'm not going to be streaming for long. I'm probably going to go for like another 20 minutes. And then we're going to call it there. And then I'm going to do a bit more tomorrow along with Kingdom Hearts. Um, yeah, we're gonna take things bit by bit. I'm not really feeling great at the moment. Um, so we need to find another site of grace, don't we? That'd be preferable. I'm just wondering which way I want to go. And well, we've got Torrent here. Do you think that it's incentivizing us to do one of these? I remember Torrent having like an invisible health bar as well. Right, which one of you guys is going to be faster? Oh my god. Um, well, that puts him out of that anyway. Yeah. And I would go back, but I'm pretty sure if we kill a camp, we get our The thingamabobs done up. I can't remember what it's called. What are they called? Crimson Tears. Oh, God, that's what you want to call them. Oh, yeah, there's this down here, too. There's a map fragment. Oh, God. Ooh, a lot of you. Where is it? Where is it? It's over there. Okay, we're good. Where would that take me? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I think that's just outside the camp from what I remember. Oh, this is the real thing here. How's loading? Much better, actually. I remember waiting like upwards to like 30 seconds to load in. So that's awesome. Oh my god, that's not awesome. Oh man. Yeah, I wanted that one. I think when I'm in better health and better spirits, going back through this is going to be a bit smoother. I got the run through when my other character was out. Because I remember that I got the what's it called, the pizza cutter. That's such a weird spot for a site of grace. Considering that there's like either have one or the other. I actually do remember that the sites of grace were like spammed in this game. I actually don't remember how well stealth went. That's cool. He's just looking at it from a distance. He's like, "What did you do?" Okay, so stealth's alright. Oh, damn it. Okay, let's actually test stealth. Let's see how far we can get before he loses us. Can he still see us? So is it like from moment of aggro? He's lost us. No, he hasn't. Yeah. Okay, cool. That would be the icing on the cake if they pull a Sekiro with this, and they combine stealth elements of that game with the action elements of the latest Souls games, of Dark Souls 3. I don't really think that I want to go and say that anything should be taken from Dark Souls 2. Oh god, don't do it. Don't do it. I won't carry armor. Please, think about this. Thank you. Didn't even get the sight of grace. I don't need it. Oh, everything hurts. I think I've got a head cold. Ugh. Whew. Was that it? No, there's still something else with you. When Elden Ring's a better, when Elden Ring is a better Assassin's Creed game than Assassin's Creed is at the moment. God, I have no idea what I think about Mirage. When I hear the words like back to bones, back to bones, back to basics. See, my brain's playing frisbee with me at the moment. When I hear like back to basics Assassin's Creed, my brain goes, "Oh God, please," because there's so much you could refine for those games that you just chose not to, and you just left it, and it annoyed the crap out of me. Um, so it gets me excited, but at the same time, I I don't trust them. Plain and simple. Um, they're taking these big brands, and they're basically like franchising them, and I don't like it one bit. Like, unironically, when I hear the words live model or live service, my brain doesn't go into let's see how long we can make this last. It goes, let's see how long we can milk this. I see what EA did to FIFA. Yeah. We get all of it back, which is awesome. Here, yeah. What's this? Nothing. Yay! What do I want to do? I think that's another. Like, this game works best on a repeat playthrough. Because at least you know what you're in for. If that makes sense. But you know what those trees lead to. You know where this path goes. You know where the bosses are, stuff like that. It's all. It's a bit more comforting. Does that mean that there's something new to? She's gonna be Ash now, I think, isn't she? I guess that indicator is just there to tell us that she's got something new to say. Well, we are not going to him just yet, I can tell you that. What do I want to upgrade? Right, so which side race is it that she talks to me about ashes? I wonder. I wonder. There is a strange sort of comfort coming back to this game. It's familiar, but it's been long enough for me to just forget a good chunk of what's happened. Also, like, once again, going into it with like a fresh mindset means that I can just sort of try to basically relearn this story and do my best to pay attention to whatever it is. Because I feel like that there was those same few people. That was awesome. There was those same few people that were like, we have to say this is good because Dark Souls is a popular brand. So, oh, the lore is so good and complex, and the way it like, I've got myself caught into one of these situations again. There we go. Like, it's so complex. With so many layers for all of its characters. You're just there like, you can't base your entire like mindset of like the cast of characters based off of like one cutscene with Radahn, because I feel like that's what's been happening. Radahn had like the most over the top like expository cutscene that I've ever seen in a Souls game. And after that, everyone went, "Oh, how tragic! He's on par with Artorias." It's like, what do you mean he's on par with Artorias? Do you know how much legwork you had to put in order to figure out like a good 90% of what was happening with Artorias? And the payoff was this really tragic story. Like, it was great. It was awesome. Meanwhile, that dude just gets an overt 2-minute cutscene saying how tragic he is, and following it up with a shrug of the shoulders. I don't know. Go kill him. Is this what I think it is? No, we're good. We're good. We're good. Ash of War. Storm Stomp. I heard that Storm Stomp's OP. I don't think I used it. Was it like... Oh, for God's sake. TTFN. Tata for now. And there's like an ice fairy in that I heard about. My goodness, is that John Darkenring? It is John Darkenring. Look, it's John Darkenring, everyone. He looks a bit like a weird Benicio del Toro. Is that it? Can't remember. Hop on your horse, buddy. We're going adventuring. I've just started a new playthrough because I was like, you know what? Where are you? I remember. I remember you look like something really weird. You're not a tree or something, are you? There you are. I mean, same. I beat the Lords and Dark Souls Remasters last night. I got them all in one go, except the better. Yes, I'm not surprised. To be fair, I've nearly finished my run of Dark Souls Remastered as well. I've just got past Final Londo, so my brain's like, oh. I appreciate the fact that that game is split into two halves. I just that second half. I don't want to think about the Bed of Chaos. I don't want to think about the Crystal Caves. I don't I don't want to think about Lost Island. I mean, the first time I saw Lost Island, my brain was like, "Whoa, this looks awesome," and there's fuck away. Oh god, I can't remember anything about where to go in this game. I remember where I need to go, but ah, I see what's happening here. Why is the toad giants darker than the abyss? You beat Manus first try. That's beautiful. That's fucking insane. Hey, it's one of you bad boys. How's it going? Um, I know Londo's darker than like any other section of the game. It's goddamn insane. Oh, I forgot about you. Oh crap! I missed out on that. I missed it out. I missed out. Shit. I could. Nah, I'm not doing anything like that at this point. I could do that. I could. I'm gonna go fight a dragon. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go fight a real big dragon. I don't want to think about Radagon at the moment. Radagon is poopy. Radagon makes me cry. Radagon, people, well, I was just saying this on stream before, people generally think that Radagon is better than Artorias. Which hurts me. It hurts me in ways I've never been hurt before, Jack. Someone out there looked at Radagon and went, because of how overt he is, because there's like a 30-second, there's like a 20, what, like a 2-minute cutscene where they're like, look at how tragic Radagon is, and then he just comes sliding in on a horse. And then there are people as well go that every dragon in this game is just as good as like Malekith. It's not Malekith, sorry. What's his name? Oh, my brain's purged so much information. I've got a head cold, so I'm seeing double. I think there are a lot of people that were just afraid to admit that this was the first Souls game they beat. Which is fine. But I mean, like, pretending that you're like an expert of the series. Oh, god damn it again. Pretending that like you're an expert of the series after something like that happens. Is that Medea's cousin? I can't remember, my dude. Maybe, like, in another world, sure. I forgot these dudes despawn. I forgot a lot of things about this game. I remember when I first fought this dragon, I thought, you know what? It's a dragon fight, and it ain't bad. And it's not, in all honesty. But if this was just like one of its kind, I'd be so much more forgiving. I didn't mean to do that. Oh shit, that travels. That really travels. Okay. I'm thinking of just casually running through Oblivion. Do it. Oblivion's fucking great. I've been doing Morrowind recently, and I'm having the time of my life, honestly. Morrowind and Oblivion just, they need to be repackaged. I don't think that they need to be remade. I don't want to live in a world where that happens. But yeah, like I could live on the Thieves Guild quests in Oblivion. Like I could have taken an entire game just based around the Thieves Guild quest in Oblivion. That has like a campaign's worth of stuff to do with it alone. What are you doing now? What are you doing up there? Dude's confused. Look at him. He can't climb up. Morrowind multiplayer. Holy shit. He just de-aggroed. Dude. Dude, I'm down here. I don't know who that's meant for, but cool. Have you played multiplayer? I have not. I have not had someone to play to do any of those mods with really. Plus, I could probably imagine that like Morrowind multiplayer would have been good. Would be good. Well, Morrowind would probably be the best multiplayer because of how much of that game is largely just up to the player. Um, Hearing people talk about things like Skyrim multiplayer just makes me weep. I like it's gonna be so dull. The quests work. To be fair, out of all of them, I can imagine that Morrowind would be the easiest to get that to happen. Oh god, Agil, come the fuck down, please. He's just de-aggroed again. He's stuck on a goddamn cliff. He's like a little baby trying to get up. Oh my god. Maybe if I run away, will he despawn? Oh no, now he's coming down. There's 7 permadeath servers, so if you die... Oh, that's awesome. Oh god, State of Play happens in a few hours, isn't it? And there's like some massive rumour that Elden Ring DLC is going to happen. Please let it be the arena. I want a Souls game with good multiplayer. I want a Souls game with good iframes. Like, if you put this boss in just like a regular Souls game, I'd be very impressed. As long as you didn't have torrent, that is. Torrent just makes this so goddamn boring. Oh shit. Here we go. Iframe, son, have you heard of adaptability? You know, in another life, Bandai would have charged for that shit. They would have been like, Here's the Dark Souls 2 starter kit. I'm playing this game with a goddamn head gold. I'm meant to be concentrating. But yeah, you just know that like you just know that like oh god, in another life, in another life. I'm glad I was gonna say I'm glad that we live in this life and not that one, but let's be honest. We don't know what's gonna happen with Elden Ring DLC. If Elden Ring DLC is happening. It's still a rumor. It's accumulated. Like, people have said that it's a rumor to the point where it has to be true. Which apparently that's how rumors work now. But I don't know. Like, they've talked a lot about doing some like other stuff with the IP. But I don't think I've heard anything that fully backs up the idea of a DLC. Other than someone saying that they heard that they're doing a DLC. Do it. Live your best life. Shit. I just want Ronnie. That's all I want. I just want Ronnie. Give me Ronnie. It's still mad that I think I know more about Ronnie's questline than I do about the actual main questline in this game. Where's he going? Bro. I'll say this. I really like the hitboxes in this game. Ah! Oh, we're dead. No, we're not. Yes. Isn't Ronnie's quest just the main quest at this point? It literally is. To me, it will always be. I've heard that if you get involved with like the other factions, you get equally as invested, but honestly, I tried. Like, even when people were talking about Blythe, a cool design, sure. He's a decent character, but he's just so intertwined with Riley's quest, it's like... I'm just gonna play Riley's quest from Blythe's quest. Even if people say that you get more out of Blythe's quest if you do just... if you started off with Blythe. I'm just never, 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 never Because I know where Blythe is. He's with Rani. Right, the most unsatisfying... Okay, not yet. The most unsatisfying dragon kill's about to come. He's up with the... Dude! Get down from there! It's not safe! You could hurt yourself. Where the goddamn hell am I? It's like the biggest arena you could have for something like this. And I couldn't keep track of where the dragon was. We did it. We killed the dragon. And we got a dragon heart, which means that we can get dragon powers. I guess I'll go ahead and do this. To the mines. To get me some sweet, sweet power-ups. I can't even remember what the boss was in this area. It's like, talk to my leader, do it now. That's definitely a new thing. That's definitely a new thing. Penalty granted. Is that because they realized that no one was checking in on the leader? Like, they're just trying to make Melina relevant, because if you don't talk to her enough, it's always as if she's not there until the very end of the game. Because that's pretty much how she works. I think that, like, the chances are... Sorry, I'm reading your previous message way late. I think the chances are that, like, Elden Ring 2 is going to be more likely than a Bloodborne 2 at this point. Because Bloodborne 2 will have to be a Sony exclusive, right? That'll be like a PS5 thing. She really lights a fire for me. I... See, in my brain, I'm wondering if, like, Elden Ring 2 is more likely than Elden Ring DLC. I feel like that Elden Ring DLC... Everyone's saying that Elden Ring DLC is going to happen just because of the track record of FromSoft and DLC. Like, there's always, with every Souls entry, there's been a DLC, with the exception of Sekiro. I wouldn't mind if they announced an Elden Ring 2. I think if they did that, my brain would just be like, okay, well, you're really going to have to get your act together for this one then, because if you're saying that instead of doing the DLC, the DLC is normally the best part of every Dark Souls game to be completely... Bloodborne. I think that the only good bosses in Bloodborne come from the DLC. Orphan of Chaos is amazing. Yeah, we'll do that. But yeah, like, I if they if we genuinely got an announcement for like Elden Ring 2, my brain would be like, you really have to get your shit together, like 110%. Because this game was good, but there was so much, like, there were so many issues with it that no one wanted to point out. Because everyone wanted to say that they played an Elden Ring game. Or what everyone wanted to say that they played a Souls game and beat it. And it just absolutely just oh, I hate it when it happens. I hate it when everyone has to give it like a perfect 10. It's like you could be a bit critical. It's great because FromSoft are gonna be like the budget's gonna go up and you know the anticipation for the next game is gonna be even more hype, which means that there's more pressure on them to deliver. That's great, but I honestly at this point I think I'd prefer a smaller title like Dark Souls to be refined over Elden Ring at this point. But we're gonna get another Elden Ring. It's just gonna happen. I don't think there's any way around it. Do people actually care about beating it that much? I've not beat it, but I beat every other game except Sekiro since you know it. Yeah, a lot of people. It's bragging rights for a lot of people. I've all over Twitter when this game came out, people were talking about um how quickly they went through this, and that they went back to Dark Souls and stuff like that, and went, "Oh, I beat this in this amount of time." It's like you realize that these are games about exploration, right? You're meant to take your time. If they announce a Kingsfield reboot, I'd applaud. I'd be like, "Congratulations, you've played the long con with this. You made an obscure franchise that barely anyone knew until Dark Souls and Demon Souls came out." And no one bothered to play because they were like, "Oh, but it's an old game, so it's probably going to be bad." And then they just hyped up an entire other IP just to get people to play their old game again. I'd love it, to be fair. I actually wanted to go through Kingsfield for a bit now. I've heard it's alright. I've heard it's alright, but then again, I heard it's alright through people that have shilled for every Souls game that's ever come out. So I'm, a little skeptical. Little skeptical. But, oh, that'd be cool. I actually find it weird how no one talks about Kingsfield. You'd think that, like, with the popularity of From Software being like in the stratosphere at this point, that people would be all over the idea of going back and trying those games out. Something I will have to do. Is there no way forward? Yeah, it's a dead end. It's definitely a dead end. Okay. Honestly, I think that if PlayStation announced that Demon Souls was coming to PC, I'd probably backflip. One of the reasons, like, I played through Demon Souls on PS3 and the PS5 remake, and the only reason why I haven't gone back to the PS5 one within recent memory is just because it's on the PS5, which it's a family console, and it requires me to like it's not that it's always in use or anything like that, but it's that if I'm playing a Souls game, I'm in it. My brain is consumed by the lore. Hello, rats. That's why when that game came out, I was all by my lonesome. So I had like the entire week just to play through it and do multiple playthroughs, and I was loving life. That I generally remember like the PS3 version of Demon Souls being awesome as well. But if they announced that for PC, I would I think I might even shed a tear. Although I'm a bit annoyed that one of the big things about Demon Souls was a bit like what happened with Elden Ring, where there's an entire section of the game that clearly looks like it was held off for the sake of development time. And then when they did the remake, Bluepoint did the remake. When Bluepoint did the remake, they didn't add anything. they just left that place unfinished. It felt so annoying. Is there nothing here? I remember there being a boss at the end of this. I've just cleared out the entire mine. It's just empty. I am king of the mines now. I know there's a path on the elevator up above. There's that as well. Does that lead to the boss? That might lead to the boss. Ah! There we go. That would have done so much damage in in Dark Souls. I might just make a run for it. Like, I'm not gonna get anything out of this other than slowly destroying my weapon. Adios. Oh, yep, there's that up there. I remember that. Hang on. Yeah, that's where the boss is. Okay, okay, we're good. Oh, no, it's there. Oh. I'm gonna need you guys to give me a second. Just stay still, okay? It's fine. Where is it? Oh shit. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, it's fine. I think it's like a smithing stone. Right. I can't remember what boss you were. Oh, it's you. Well, this is gonna suck. Although, my strength might be enough to get him down. Oh, we're dead in the next one. Here we go. Yeah, that was inevitable. That's fine. Um, yeah, I think that like Bloodborne 2's people are gonna be so big on it though, because there are people that like Bloodborne's amazing, and people have only like owned Xboxes or they've only played on PC or something like that, so they've never actually been able to play it. Um, so I feel like wait, so I feel like that if you are gonna like release something like that, at least say that Bloodborne's coming out on PC. I know that's the meme, but I didn't mean to press that. Yeah, I know that's the meme, but genuinely at this point, that's the only way I think a Bloodborne 2 is going to happen if Bloodborne 1 comes out on PC. Because I feel like that, oh shit. But yeah, I feel like that, FromSoft's whole thing with that at the moment would be like, um, either they'll completely misunderstand the situation and have Bloodborne 2 come out on PS5 and just keep it that way. But I feel like PlayStation's really been trying to go for the whole PC friendly thing recently. But it's PC friendly specifically with their PS5 versions. Yet. You know what would be good for DLC? A camera fix. It's never gonna happen. Right, I'm gonna fight this guy and then I'm gonna shoot off, I think. Keep going the wrong way. I glitched the game! Right, there we go. I was gonna say infinite stamina. Don't do that, 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 don't do that. Yes. Oh my god. Right, I'm gone. I'm out of here. Adios. Yeah, the reaction time to that is mad. I'd be fine if I had the third Crimson Tears. I'm not. I'm just calling flasks. Wait, generally, if I had three of those going into this, I think I'd be alright. These goddamn dudes are relentless. That's fine. He can do that. Hello? God damn it. Right, we're gone. We did it. What are hitboxes? Hmm? What even are they? And look at that reaction time. That's insane. It's a one-hit kill. It's either I kill him or I don't. Uh, Apart from thinks that that's why they gave me like so many smithing stones. We could do that, I suppose. Because then I can just teleport in and out. Oh, Jesus. Where's the dude? Is he there? Yeah, can't do it. I need to go back up. Personally, out of like everything that From Software doing at the moment, I think I'd just be more interested to see them tackle more and more new IPs. I don't think that they should franchise everything. Like what they did with Bloodborne, what they did with Sekiro. I want to see more experimental titles like that. To the moon, the Queen. You did. It was me. It's me. Oh, that's true. Oh, just do I want to use ashes? And yeah, I guess I do. Because some of the bosses are geared around ashes, and that's the annoying thing about it. Oh, we will. My queen. Um, I don't get why I need runes for this if I'm doing it myself, but sure. I should be alright now. Right, speedrun, here we go. I think it's on the next elevator. You can get a pretty darn cool smithing stone. Which, if all goes well here, I'll try to do, if I can remember it. I was going to say, now they're not aggroed. Jesus. I could get more stuff to boost up my flasks as well. But I think we'll be alright now. Let's see how much more damage we do. Yeah. It's just that. Yep. I'm not going to use ashes for this because I know I can do it. Yep. There we go. Oh, God. That entire fight just exists to try and break your sword, pretty much. Right. I'm gonna try and go get the smithing stone. Because I'm pretty darn sure it's up over here. There it is. So we get the golden rune, and then we drop down here, and dump a smithing stone. That was it. Yeah, I'll say it. Coming back to it, I'm having fun. I don't think that was ever in question, though. Like, I was having a blast when I was playing this originally. I do love this game. I just... There are things about it that irk me. Like the bosses. Let's get a look at that moon. Where's it gone? It's not here no more. That's true. Don't we get smithing stones from just those guys as well, actually? Because if I get one more, then I can upgrade my sword. But oh no, I'm not going to use this sword for much longer. We're gonna kill a boy, and then we're gonna get that big boy sword, and then we're gonna take it from there. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it here. So far, this game runs so much more sturdier. That Poppin's still here, but I'm gonna load into my other character in one of the late game areas and try to see if it looks any better. Because the issue I genuinely had was falling through the world. So if that's fixed, we're good to go. But yeah, should be fun. Should be fun. This is definitely a game as well where you need to focus more on upgrading equipment than you do yourself. So that's something that I'm going to get my head down and do over the course of this playthrough. But tomorrow, I think I'm going to start off with some Kingdom Hearts 2 and then we'll get into some Elden Ring. We'll take it from there. So yeah, thank you very much for joining. Adios.